Throughout eastern Washington, you can find wheat fields as far as the eye can see, and in the past few years, you may have seen some other crops appearing in those fields as well. On a hazy day from regional fires back in July, we spoke with Chad Kruger, the director of WSU's Center for Sustaining Ag and Natural Resources, to learn more about how farmers are adapting many practices in eastern Washington.
We've been growing wheat for 140 years here, and so we've had a lot of success with that, and we've tuned our systems to making that crop work. And we've only been growing alternative crops 10 to 20 years in comparison.
With wheat being such a successful crop in eastern Washington, why have we started seeing new crops growing in the region?
So you're in a stubble field following a canola crop. What we've come to learn is when you're only growing that one crop, you develop other problems. Weed problems, disease problems that start to take away the success of the winter wheat crop. And so looking for an alternative crop like canola in this case and getting other crops to the point where we can successfully grow them is important just because they help break up weed and disease cycles.
Alternative crop production has other benefits as well. It's just one of the many tools farmers have developed to reduce carbon emissions.
The very act of growing food or eating food is going to generate an emission. And we've seen pretty dramatic shifts in terms of those production practices, a lot of reduction in tillage. The soil is actually a very large stock of carbon. And in these dryland regions of the interior Northwest, tillage is a pretty big challenge for us because it's been critical for addressing, how do you grow a crop in this really arid environment? But we've got to switch that and reduce the amount of tillage that we do because it's taking all the carbon out of the soil and releasing it to the atmosphere. But that's not enough. And so other options of looking at alternative crops, reducing the number of years that we have fallow, where there's no crop growing, using the water we do have to produce biomass, some of which goes back to the soil.
Practices like these are appearing more and more as farmers and scientists work to improve Washington's agriculture system.
What we also have in this state is really innovative farmers because they're going to be able to take the knowledge that we can generate in the science community and the practical aspects of what they do with technology and management. And they're going to be able to marry those and make the good decisions that are very site-specific about what can I do in this field versus what can I do in the field 5 miles down the road. And that's what makes things exciting is when you're working together to advance both science and the practice of what we're doing.